I am Ilorin Abolanle Omolola, the brain behind Primostat syrup, a food sweetener, a food researcher at the Nigerian Stored Products Research Institute under the Federal Ministry of Agric and Rural Development. Primostat syrup is a food sweetener, like I said earlier. It is made with date fruits, which is commonly known in Nigeria as isomeka or dabino. I'm sure a lot of people will know about it, and for those who have never heard about it, it is commonly hawked around by these malams in wheelbarrows around, and whenever you see dates, you should see tiger nuts as well and coconuts, because those three are always working they are magical when they come together. I started the product itself in 2018. And trust me, it was just a result of a research that I was doing at work back then. I should say I stumbled on the product. What I stumbled on then that started as a very little thing has actually grown to become a brand that I am very proud of now. I mean, 2 years now, Primostat date syrup has actually been doing good for itself, and amongst people it has been doing a lot of magic, and I've been hearing good reports about it, all to the glory of God. Primostat date syrup has a lot of health benefits. First off, I think I should start by saying that date itself as a fruit is one of the few fruits that people have misconceptions about. Okay, what I mean is, a lot of people don't eat dates because they say, oh, date is too sweet. When I eat it, it's going to give me high blood sugar, it's going to give me jedi and the likes. But since I started working with dates and I've been reading about it, and as a researcher as well, I've come to realize that people just know about it and they pass the message from one person to the other, and it starts spreading like a wildfire. But they don't get to research it and know what the truth is. So selling the product has actually made me to realize that, okay, people have this misconception. So I have two jobs. My job is to produce the syrup and sell, as well as inform people about what they do not know about it. For instance, date is sweet, yes, but it is one of those fruits that have low glycemic index. Once you eat food now, the rate at which the sugar in your blood is going to increase is what we know as glycemic index. So for food that you are going to eat and is going to increase your blood sugar level immediately you eat, those ones are called high glycemic index. That is why you see that a diabetic is going to be told to avoid food like gari, like rice, like yam, and what have you. But food that once you eat, they are not going to spike your blood sugar level. Those are the food that you call low glycemic index food, which date is one of them. So when eating in moderation, diabetics are sure that their blood sugar level is not going to be spiked as much as that. That makes dates one of the go-to sugar for people that have diabetes. And for people that also have hypoglycemia. Hypoglycemia is low blood sugar. So, for instance, now people go to the hospital and they say, oh, I fainted. Then the doctor is going to diagnose and see that you have low blood sugar level. You'll notice that a lot of times the doctor will tell you to take a bottle of Coke, a bottle of this, a bottle of that. That is where date syrup also comes into play. Why not, instead of taking sugar that is from a very harmful source, why don't you take sugar from a very safe and natural source like date syrup? Also, it is also beneficial for pregnant women. It is always advised that pregnant women, especially those that are close to delivery, those that are in their third trimester, they include dates into their daily diet. This is because it is going to be helpful for them when they are trying to give birth. It is going to help them with natural labor. It is going to reduce their labor pain, as well as helping them with the diameter of the cervix, which is where the baby is going to pass from. So once the mother is consuming dates amongst other food that are beneficial to her and the baby is definitely going to get nutrients that are going to help him or her with the growth and development. Another benefit of date syrup is that it helps both male and female with fertility. I'm a guy, so let me start from that point. For guys, it helps them to improve the quality and the quantity of sperm, and also help with sperm cell motility. Also helps women likewise with their sexual life as well. I'm sure you would have heard about the combination of dates tiger nut and coconut. Yes, you would have heard about it. The combination is very good for people to enjoy their sexual life and also helping them with their fertility. Date has a lot of benefit and it's also good for you to use for your babies, to wean your babies. It is noteworthy to say that it is not good for nursing mothers to use honey for their children. That is because of the presence of a particular bacteria in honey. Since you cannot use that, and it is not really good to use sugar, let me chip this in. Sugar most of the times is referred to as wasted calories. That is because sugar does not have nutrients that is going to offer you. It even does more harm than good. So instead of using sugar, why not go for natural sweeteners? This is where dates comes into play. So that is just a few of the health benefits of date syrup. I produce both in Ibadan and in Ogbomoso. For the mass production, I produce in Ogbomoso, then I come to Ibadan to do all the logistics of selling, moving around and all. For a business that started in 2018, we've sold a lot. I would think we've sold about 1,000 bottles, if I'm not exaggerating or overestimating. We should have sold about that, all to the glory of God. Truthfully, the feedbacks I've heard, a larger percent of it has been good. Trust me, in fact, a lot of things that I did not even know that the product is capable of doing. In Ogbomoso now, where a lot of my customers are the older folks, they keep telling me, oh, it did this for me. Oh, I used to have a bone marrow pain. I used to have this. I no longer have it. I used to read Bible with my glasses. Now I don't use it anymore. Thanks to your product. It's just been awesome. And trust me, it's actually the most beautiful part of being a business person for me, that I actually have a product that people are saying so much good about. Thriving in Ibadan has actually been hard, maybe because I'm not an Ibadan person, or possibly because of the kind of lifestyle that I lead as well. I am the indoor person, so to speak, and my presence on social media is not that pronounced, so to speak. So I am actually having a little hard time penetrating the Ibadan market, but I also have my customers in Ibadan. For instance, now, the first set of customers I ever had are my colleagues at work. I just took the product around and I showed them, and they told me to bring for them. That was how my business started. So in Ibadan, I have my customers as well. But at the same time, I've been trying my best to penetrate Ibadan markets. For instance, when I go to the gym, I carry my product, I take my product there. So when people see it and they be like, what's this? This is honey. Then I tell them about it. Then they come with, oh, I've heard about dates before, but I've not seen date syrup. Then they buy. So that's how I've been doing in my own little way to penetrate the Ibadan markets. Of course, I have my social media presence as well. I mean, the business has a Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter page, Primostat Syrup, and I've been trying to push it out and use some hashtag, for instance, Ibadan Twitter community hashtag, to connect with Ibadan people.